After Gulliver wrecks his ship, he finds himself tied down to the beach by little 6-inch tall people. After Gulliver proves his loyalty to the king of Lilliput, he learns the language and eventually helps them form allies to the kingdom of Blefuscu.
Blefuscu.
Gulliver does the kingdom of Lilliput a favor by bringing the naval fleet of the Blefuscuans.
What are you doing? Where are we going?
Lilliput. By stealing the Blefuscu ships, Gulliver convinces the two kings to once again become allies after many years of war.
Yes!
Gulliver's friends come to warn him that if he stays, that he will be persecuted by the town council, so he flees to Blefuscu. Gulliver builds himself a ship out of scraps, and eventually is picked up by a merchant ship, and travels back to England. Gulliver leaves England again and sets sail with another crew, but after encountering a storm, they stop at a mysterious island to get water. After the crew decides to get off the ship, Gulliver wanders around the island. But eventually, he wanders back to the beach and sees that the rest of his crew is being chased by a giant Gulliver hides in a field, but then all of a sudden, a giant comes out of nowhere and almost crushes him.
Ah!
But he screams really loud, and the giant picks him up and takes him to his house.
Oh my god.
The owner of the land claims Gulliver, but they call him Grilldrig in their language, and uses him to make money. He assigns his daughter, Glumdeclitch, to be his personal nurse.
Glumdeclitch, come take care of Grilldrig. Okay.
Gulliver gets sick after a number of showings and his poor living conditions. Daddy, I think Gulliver's sick.
Well, we should try to sell him.
The farmer decides to sell Gulliver to the queen. After the queen pays him, the farmer asks if Glumdeclitch, his daughter, can still stay with Gulliver and care for him.
Gulliver and the king of Brobdingnag discuss England, and Gulliver offers the king gunpowder, which he refuses, because the giants don't like war.
No.
2 years later, on a trip to the seaside, Gulliver is swooped up by an eagle and flown back to England. The eagle drops Gulliver's box into the ocean, and a Dutch ship picks him up and travels him back to England.
Gulliver sets out on another sea voyage, except this time, pirates attack and take over the ship. Gulliver manages to get away. After Gulliver lands his ship, he realizes that there is a large mass of land hovering above him. He then is dropped down a ladder, and he reaches the top.
Gulliver notices that the people in Laputa have one eye turned in and are very distracted. All they talk about is math and astronomy, and they hit each other with flappers to get their attention. Gulliver gets frustrated because he doesn't know anything about music or math, so he gets permission from the king to leave Laputa. The king recommended Munodi, and they go on a tour to see the land.
Let's go visit our academy where we perform all our experiments, like extracting sun rays from sea cucumbers and turning our fecal matter into food.
Gulliver doesn't like this and thinks the men are crazy, so he leaves and goes to Lognag and waits for his ship. And while he is there, someone suggests that he goes to Glubdubdrip, home of the magicians. By using magic, the governor of Glubdubdrip is able to set up meetings with dead historical figures. The king asks him to work in Lognag, but he declines and travels to Japan to find a ship that will take him home. 5 months after returning, he leaves his wife pregnant to captain a ship, but his crew mutinies him, and he paddles to the shore of an island. He gets to the island and sees savages-like creatures that resemble humans but have lots and lots of hair. Gulliver sees 2 horses conversing, and they notice him and try talking to him. One of the horses brings Gulliver back to his house. After living there for a long time, he begins to appreciate the civilized and mature ways, and wishes he could join them. He learns to hate the Yahoos and to love the The horses decide to evict Gulliver from their land because he resembles a Yahoo. He is very sad and returns to England reluctantly. When he gets home, he doesn't talk to his family and disapproves of the whole human race. He buys some horses to remember the Houyhnhnms.